Welcome everyone. This is Effie Davy and this is my channel on YouTube. And with me today, I have an incredible also astrologer from the Babylonian tradition. And she will explain a little bit more of that. Her name is Krasi Attasio. And I love her work. I'm really more of an ancient tradition kind of girl. And she really touches that ancient tradition. And we're going to go into a little bit of 2023, correct? Welcome, Krasi. And then
thank you, Zephy, for the kind introduction. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone.
You know how much I really love and appreciate your work. So
thank you so much. The same is valid for on my behalf for your work. Thank you.
And I'm also honored that she decided to say yes to this interview, or this. It's not an interview; it's more of a what's going on 2023. She's going to tell us a little bit about it, and she's going to tell us what to expect for 2024 in fewer words. And also she will explain what's the difference between the Vedic, the Babylonian, and also the tropical, the Western tradition. Just little words.
Very briefly.
Very
briefly on that.
Yes.
Very briefly on that, because this is also a topic which has been, discussed forever, but briefly. The ancient Babylonian astrology is sidereal. Babylonian means, of course, the origins of this astrology. Very ancient. We go, it's very hermetic, very esoteric, and it's sidereal because it is simply astronomical. It means what you really see on the sky. That's simple, really. This is what you see in the horoscope. It is exactly like that. To simplify it as much as possible, because it is an ongoing discussion forever,
That's true.
And then you have the Vedic, which is almost uses almost the same zodiacal layout, with the difference of the Ayanamshas of 1 degree only. So we're very near, the placements of the zodiac, of the constellations, very near the Vedic and the sidereal Babylonian astrology. There is one professor researcher who is saying that the Babylonian gave the the fundaments of the Vedic astrology, so they got it from ancient Babylon. And we get our information mainly from the cuneiform tablets, the tablets which were found in contemporary Iraq, which is ancient Babylon, and so. So this is pure astronomy, but to say is important is that the astrology was before astronomy. It's not the other way around.
Exactly.
The contemporary Western astrology is projection of the zodiac. It is projection, and the difference what you see on the sky is basically projected on the ecliptic. These are not literally the places of the planets. This is projection with the difference of 24 degrees. Therefore, 24 to 23, Vedic or Babylonian. This means that with the contemporary Western astrology, you cannot really have the real situation on the sky. You cannot really rely on very valid, if you want, reading or prediction of future events. It can be good for psychological purposes, like to describe somebody's character or psychological state, but for prediction of future events, I doubt how good the modern astrology can be. I think we should more rely on Vedic and Babylonian, because they have really the astronomy behind. So this was just briefly. So you wanted to know about the current situations,
Now for the next couple months, and then we go to 2024. So the stage is yours.
We can go, we do that briefly because we need to go back a little bit back. Astrology, doesn't matter which astrology, has cyclic nature. So it is basically cycle within forever cycles you have in astrology. And in 2014, approximately, we entered major cycle. This cycle is based on certain division of the zodiacs, which the Greeks, it's known like dodecatemoria. You know, we divide basically every zodiacal sign, which has 30 degrees, we divide the sign into 12 sections. And because the celestial sphere is moving not following the direction of the zodiac, but of the planets, but the other way around, we are now. I try to put it not very not very complex way. We are now living astronomically the constellation of Pisces. So now basically, but because we move backwards, we are now in the last degrees, which is the 4th degrees of Pisces. And in the 4 degrees of Pisces, you have the placement of the vernal, the spring equinox. This is due to the precession, due to the rotation, if there is a rotation. This is another topic of the Earth around its axis, but this then we open another topic. But anyway, so we are now in this 4th degree Pisces, and we entered this degree approximately, we never know exactly when, because we're talking about great major cycle, which is the God's New Year, which cycle is approximately 25,000 years. And when we divide these 25,000 years into 12 other cycles, we are now in the cycle of Pisces, and we're leaving one of these sections of Pisces, which is the dodecatemoria, which we entered in 2014, and this was the dodecatemoria of Mars. So Aries, ruled by Aries. The previous dodecatemoria was Taurus, which gave us some sort of mini era, which of a little bit more peace, so to say. Each single section that we just entered, one section of 2.5 degrees, is approximately, you count it, each degree has 72 years, count 2.5 times 72, 300 years approximately. We will be, since 2014, into mini era of Mars, Aries. Why am I saying this? Because you're asking me about 2023 and then 2024, and I'm already answering your question. We entered in 2014, mini era of Aries. Mars. What is Mars? Mars is the lord of, this is, you know, war. This is, well, you see, here comes another bracket to open. When we look on mundane level, how the planets rule our reality, we usually rely on the lower vibration of the energy of the planets. So Mars can be very beautiful ambition. He can be very beautiful motivation, good energy to do good deeds, you know, to have soldier-like, decent behavior. But Mars can be destruction. He can be war. He can be devastation. He can be disease. He can be, you know, what Mars is, you know, can be very disharmonious. And when we're talking about the mundane manifestations of the energy of Mars, we may expect what we see: war, destruction, devastation, disease. Actually, wait, the light is a little bit. Actually, how we know we entered in 2014? First of all, astrologically, we saw we entered new mini era. But secondly, there was one devastating event, which was the destruction caused by Islamic State at that time in 2014. They killed massively people in, I think it was one city in Iraq. They entered this ancient theater and they killed many. And with this, we know we entered mini era of Mars. And we now in 2023 are in the mini era of Mars. Therefore, we look at what Mars as a major ruler of our cycle is doing. In 2019, in November, Mars rose for the first time in Virgo, 6th house of the zodiac, which immediately points towards disease. And we knew something like that is coming. I didn't know exactly what, but this appearance of Mars in Virgo was kind of worrisome. This was already meaning disease. What disease? I had no idea, but you see immediately there will be disease. The second appearance of Mars, 2020, Scorpio. Guess what is Scorpio? War. War. We are still under this influence of Mars in Scorpio.
How long
His next
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yes, now he's invisible, exactly. Now he's invisible. We are still under this influence of wars and destruction. His next appearance will be mid-2024 in Pisces.
Okay.
I will tell you how I see this, but before that, let's not skip 2023, since you wanted to know about 2023, what to expect until end of December, right?
Yes.
Well, see, first of all, before we speak of some serious events, we should know that we have our free will, and people should not be worried when they hear it's written on the sky, yes, what above so below, hermetic principle known to everyone, yes, but we have our free will. Otherwise, why would we want to know astrology? Why would you want to make predictions? Why? Not just to sit and listen, but to take measures. We certainly have our free will. One of the things is really this great awakening happening, and people say, no, I cannot stand the lies anymore, and so
I believe knowing the truth. I believe in knowing the truth, and I believe we have the power to change it. To me, that's very important in astrology, because I'm a Vedic astrologer. In a sense, I don't use it, but I use it for my sake. And when you ask, know the truth, and then you can shift it, you can change. You can even change your own life.
Absolutely. Why would you know otherwise? It would make no sense otherwise.
Exactly.
Why would you? Yeah. Why would they try to fake astrology and give you the modern scam if they were not concerned that we would know the truth? Because when we know the truth, we can. Yes. So the same situation. We indeed the future is not very easy, but we knew. When I was worried recently about the future events, and I spoke to a lady which is very psychic, and she says, "Listen, I have to remind you something. You made your contract, you agreed to come alive in this lifetime. Why? I mean, why? Exactly for the purpose of doing something, maybe awakening people, maybe helping people in a certain way. You knew, so don't complain."
Exactly. Why? When I feel very lucky that I'm alive this lifetime. I'm very lucky. Very lucky. I feel like
yes, but it's hard. It's not easy.
Of course, I know, but it's what my soul requested, Otherwise, we would not be here, experience what we experience.
Yes, requested and made an agreement and signed this agreement with full responsibility.
Be careful what you sign. You read the smaller, you read the down,
the small letters
before you come down.
Absolutely.
Be careful. Yeah.
Could be that we missed the small letters.
I think we did.
Yes. Yeah. So see, the thing is that you should not be, the times will not be easy. Look, first of all, now as we speak, we're in the middle of this eclipse corridor, and this eclipse was not simple, and you felt it. Many people would tell me, I feel the energy is heavy. I felt the same way, to tell you. Heavy energy, and you don't know why, but you're not joyful. The energy is heavy. These eclipses are heavy. This corridor particularly, because on the 14th, the first eclipse took place on the axis of Pisces, Virgo. This is already to prepare us that Mars will rise next year, Pisces, Virgo. December, I will close it. December 2025, Saturn is leaving sidereal. Saturn is leaving sidereal Aquarius to enter Pisces, so we will be having lots of Pisces events. Sorry, excuse my dog. Yeah, so the thing is, you see, anyway, so excuse me.
Don't worry about it. We love dogs. They have a message to tell us.
Yes. So the thing is, you see, we have lots of Piscean energy. And you know what is the energy of Pisces? This is the natural ruler of the 12th house.
Yes.
So the first eclipse is happening on the axis of Pisces Virgo. I will not go into detail. I did it about this eclipse. The second is happening on the axis of Libra Aries. To remind us of this previous period, we had Rahu Ketu, for 18 months. Just recently they left by Aries Libra.
Yes.
And Aries, these wars. Yes. So we're in the middle of these eclipses. And the second one is on the 28th, and it will be reminding us of the past 18 months axis of Aries Libra. And these eclipses are not easy because the ancients say if there is a benevolent planet watching towards the eclipse point, then this can revert evil. But this time, to tell you honestly, I didn't see any aspect neither from Venus nor from Jupiter to give good look towards the eclipse point. So these eclipses are not easy, and these are already portals for change. And we see emphasis on the Piscean energy. In the next 18 months, you will have Rahu Ketu in Pisces Virgo. And you know from the Vedic perspective how serious this is. Yes, you can say Rahu in Pisces could be very spiritual. People will certainly awaken further. People will certainly, become even more, maybe hopefully awake, more empathic towards each other. Yes, this is the Piscean energy in Rahu in Pisces, and there is also this belief that Jupiter is the only planet which can have under control both Rahu and Ketu. Exactly. So this might not be so bad, but this is pointing towards specific events. So this is about these eclipses. Then you have now on the 4th of November, Saturn, who will be turning direct. And it is also believed, and he's in Aquarius, we have emphasis on the Aquarius energy. This is the new, we are at the gate of the new era of Aquarius. So Saturn in Aquarius brought the new. Aquarius is about the innovative. Aquarius is a lot about and the Uranus energy, we're talking a lot about the new financial system. And Aquarius in the spring of 2024, not Aquarius, Uranus, who rules Aquarius, is entering Taurus. So we cannot speak only about 2023, 2024, new finances, unfortunately, total change in the status quo, in the financial system. And in addition, because of the emphasis on Pisces, Virgo, and the first appearance of Mars in Pisces, we need to follow Mars because Mars is ruling the era, the mini era. We will see Pisces is the bad karma in the Babylonian astrology. This is the 12th house, is the house of the bad karma. This is house of enemies, also in the Vedic astrology. There will be a lot of division between people. We will be seeing another level of sickness and disease. Like there will be, I don't see us finishing with this pandemic. They might come with other stuff. Also, natural disasters. It has to do with the energy of Pisces and the appearance of Mars there for the next 15 to 17 months once he appears. Then we'll be talking, of course, about awakening. We will see beautiful, brave people who will be helping each other. This is the energy of Pisces, a lot of empathy. I am afraid also that we might see a lot of attack on Christianity. Attack on Christianity, because we're talking about, again, Pisces energy of Jesus Christ. And Mars is appearing there and Saturn is entering there. So there will be a lot of how to say it, there will be challenges on the Piscean energy of the world, attack on Christianity, new disease, and of course people will be, like we already see it, but we'll see it more. People will be leaving their places, to abandoning their places, to be, people which will be suffered these war-like scenarios and so on, So I don't see easy times coming, but um, you know, what can I say? In this war is me a little bit, you know, I told you, but it is believed also that when our faith, a connection with the Creator, this is what absolutely will save us. Absolutely. I have very, very strong belief in that. That's why I don't think that we should be really afraid, but we should certainly have clear position. It's already too late to take position. We should already be having our position.
You're right. And I believe the energy is really showing us not to fear. I mean, they show us fear, but we need to start understanding who we are and not to get into this fear they're trying to send on us, you know, they try to bombard us with. It's kind of like the bombs right now. It's like this fear, you know, it's constantly bombarding humanity. And we need to stop that, or us receiving it in our bodies and in our mind. I mean, our soul knows the truth. So I said that in my previous video, you know, our soul knows the truth. So we need to connect to that part of ourselves and not to be afraid. Thank you. That's a pretty powerful message.
Absolutely, because the whole purpose, of course, is to keep us under the state of fear, constant state of fear, and to take, you know, I like very much, unfortunately, this information is available in Russian only, otherwise I would have recommended to people to listen. But there is one boy, he was called the Russian angel, a prophet, who lived only 10 years. And he made amazing prophecies back into 1982. He lived only 10 years, but he was very, very amazing. And you know, he said the following, that in these times exactly will be, I don't want this to sound religiously, because I'm not religious. I certainly would think that I would be more spiritual. But he would say that in these times which will come, some people will betray God, others not, you know. And when you don't betray the Creator, and with this you're betraying yourself, you're on the safe side.
Well,
Certainly you're on the safe side.
yeah, we don't need to take Christianity, or, you know, we don't need to put a name to the religion. Created is one, it's an energy. So I think the energy we need to believe in, you know, I mean, yes, people can be Christians and believe whatever they want, or Christian, whatever, you know, but it's the energy, correct? It's the energy of knowingness. That's the creator.
Yes.
It's the universal energy of the creation.
Yes, yes. So this is the thing. And I think the interesting times already have started. So there is another interesting thing. We also follow the solar cycles. There was amazing research done many years ago by Russian scientists, many years ago, who started correlating the solar cycles with historical events. And this is very interesting. And people can see this on the NASA website, for example, just to follow the solar cycle simply, because you don't see this with the naked eye. You don't see this also in any astrological program, but astronomically you can follow that. So what is about the solar cycle? The sun enters cycle, which has duration of 11 years, which cycle is typical with more higher solar activity, high magnetism of the sun, higher solar activity, and increased number of solar spots, or how they call it, the spots.
Solar flares?
Flares, yes, exactly. So these particular periods, which are 11 years long, and the last period was called solar cycle 25. They counted so far since 17 something, they counted so far 25 such cycles. If they would count before, they would count more. But we're in the 25th so-known cycle. So when you enter such cycle and you have increased number of solar flares and activity, usually humanity goes through difficult times. And difficult, like you know, market difficulties, like financial collapses and crises, and also wars, and also the peak when you have the peak of this 11-year cycle, usually is the most dramatic event. And the peak was expected to happen somewhere mid-2025. But they saw, I'm just following the, the very simple graphics which NASA is showing. But I just saw that they said, oh, but the peak is coming earlier in the spring of 2024. So in the 2024, instead of mid-2025, we will have the peak of the solar cycle, which means this is the turning point of our, interesting times. So in terms of wars, in terms of market failures, 2024 will be the year. Another interesting thing, the Bulgarian master being Sedunu, who came to introduce us into the era of, I don't know if you see me, for God's sake, because of the sun. The Bulgarian master being Sedunu, who came to introduce us into the era of Aquarius, said the sun is hot only on the outside. Inside, it has gorgeous nature. It's not that hot. It has perfect climate, perfectly pure water, and advanced beings live on the sun. He also, again, for predicting the future, just to tell you, he said, when you have increased activity, like what we will be seeing now, he said, then first of all, very advanced beings come on Earth. You have increased fertility, like many, many new children are born, but with specific mission. And also, you have, yes, failure on the market, wars, disease, but fertility of the land. Like there is always something to help us. Fertility, like if you grow your own garden, you might be luckier with better fertility. So this is another point towards the future, especially year 2024. Astronomically, of course.
So can we connect a little bit to our emotional part? It's kind of like the energy will be that it can be very vital, or not vital, but very intense outside of ourselves, like things are happening.
Oh, consciousness. What is the sun? Consciousness.
Exactly. And inside, it's like the purity that we need to just finally release, in a sense, not just that heat, yes, overheating energy that we used to, like to fight and to, to struggle and all that, just to release that beautiful part of our inside, which we all have. It doesn't matter what we're doing in outside life, correct?
Exactly. So this is the thing. That's why he said many advanced souls are coming around that time when you have this increased solar activity. The sun is, he says also that all planets originate from the sun. This is like the father of the solar system. Nothing has higher energy and higher importance for us than the sun. Any ancient culture, take Babylonian, Indians, Greeks, any Peru, they would worship the sun first of all, for a reason, because they know.
Exactly.
So that's why, yes, this has the good side effect, which will be awakening the consciousness of people, and and you see it coming. It is happening.
It's amazing.
And we cannot gain wisdom without hard lessons, because Saturn is also behind these karmic difficult events happening on Earth, and Saturn also is the Lord of wisdom. So you cannot get wisdom without some hardships.
As you know, I have Saturn going in Aquarius right now in the 7th house, correct? So you know what's going on in my life. So, yes, it's very interesting that I always, in a long time ago when I was younger, I was always afraid of Saturn. But when I got into astrology, over 30 years ago, I learned that Saturn is a teacher, and he's wisdom, and he's wise, and is a reason why in ancient Greece they say he eats his children, because we need to work on our emotions, correct? Chronos, that's what he says. And also it's time, Chronos, and he's got both aspects of it. And so that's amazing. So yeah, I know I've been through it and I'm going through it.
Everyone, don't worry. Not only you. It's not.
No, I don't feel alone in this one. Trust me. I
No,
don't.
you're not alone. No.
It's happening to all of us.
Certainly not.
Because I'm sure Saturn is going, it's not just going through whatever is going through me, it goes through everybody in the different aspects they need to learn. Because, that's when the transits happen, correct? They can be on the first house or whatever planets you have in each of the 12 houses, then you lesson at that moment, you learn what you need to learn. So yeah, that's very powerful.
And also important note, because nothing is fully bad. And, Saturn, when he leaves the sign, like now you say he's on your 7th house. When he leaves, yes, he would give you some headaches and interesting times now for sure. But when he leaves, he will leave you a gift. He will not leave without putting the the result in your he will leave you a gift, and this is for sure. This is valid for absolutely everyone. Yes, we signed this contract. Maybe we didn't read the small letters, but we did.
We did. So I tell everybody, please look at the contract very closely before you choose
Too late.
Too late.
It's for the next lifetime. Exactly. Now it's already too late.
Now you already signed it and you got to go with it, Absolutely.
Yes, but this makes you feel better, Zefi, but this is my choice. I have to go through this, I knew my memory is being wiped off, but I knew back then what is going to happen. I knew, so.
And that's why we should just have the strength to let go of all this. And, there's some of us are out there right now teaching those things, how to help people get to the next level. And I think that's so important to help them, because we also going through it, so because of our experience and because of the little bit of knowledge that we have, maybe through astrology, maybe through psychic, maybe through healing, whatever our knowledge is, we can help the next generation and even the people now go through it. It's never too late, I believe, it's never too late.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. And if you want to stay healthy and positive, absolutely, I do not recommend watching the mainstream media. Don't search alternative sources. Ignore the mainstream media.
I agree, absolutely.
It's scary.
That's the most powerful message you can put up there for the next couple of years, to ignore what's going on out there, to really feel what's going on.
Yeah, you know what? Just recently, a friend asked me. It was very funny. He said, "But what in these times? But how do we manage not to fall in these, lies and fake scenarios?" I just said, "Switch off your television."
That's perfect. Perfect. I think that's the perfect message, because that's really, it's all of it. It's like a movie theater, all of it is like we're watching like a screen going on and a movie. So we have to know that our inner truth, and our inner truth is not a movie, it's the real truth. So follow your intuition out there. Me and Krasi, we're focusing on that. Follow your intuition and go where you need to go, where you feel like going. Don't let the outside world stop you, because I think that
absolutely, because you remember, if you really manage to listen because it's not very easy to listen to your intuition when you're very emotional or afraid. But if you manage, then you will know exactly the truth, and you will find all answers, because the creator is speaking through your intuition.
And one thing I have to say, we're talking about Saturn, and in the Vedic astrology, Saturn controls first chakra, which is the ancestors, the ancients, the fear, the lower vibration emotions, So this is rising for us right now to clear it. And I think Saturn for that is also very powerful.
True.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So I know Krasi has an offer for you guys, and it will be amazing if you really want to connect with her and do a session, or even do she also does talismans, which is amazing. And she kind of does talismans on the chart of what you need, correct? You want to speak a little bit?
Yes. Yeah, usually, yes. They made in harmony with people's horoscopes and what they need indeed to, like, as remedies, yeah.
Remedies, yes. I love all that kind of stuff. So, so can you tell us a little bit about the offer? And then I will have all your information underneath. So anybody wants to reach you, that will be in my in the YouTube underneath.
Yes, and also for the people who will hear this on my channel, Zefi, they can connect with you. Also, your contacts will be under this video for healing, for your yoga lessons and practices, for everything that you do.
Okay.
We'll place also link to your channel and to your contacts and everything. So, well, thank you. I think this was
can you tell us about
quite
the offer?
important.
Can you say what the offer? Explain it to me, because you told me, but
it is, yes, I usually, when there are very important events and when I know that people are specifically concerned about them, like these eclipses and others, of course, there are such readings that I do as part of reading horoscope, of course, which are about how these events will be seen, how will they manifest in their horoscopes.
okay.
So these are the specific readings, but in general, of course, when you read your horoscope, the general natal reading of your horoscope, you already have the remedy, because when you have the knowledge, you already place the right intention in your mind, and then you already, it's partial remedy with, because you already place your intention, you know what to work on. And even if you don't do immediately active work, only through your intention, you are already, helping yourself tremendously.
And I always say to people, and specific my students, if you don't want to know, don't ask. Don't ask. Yeah. The engines always said that. If you don't want to know, don't ask. If you really want to know and work on it, then ask, and the right answer will be there for you, and you've done half of the work. So you don't even probably.
It's a responsibility.
Exactly.
Because when you know, you have no excuse. When you know, you have no excuse not to do anything. My dog, I promise next time I will close you somewhere.
Okay, we love dogs. I think everybody loves dogs. And I believe that when we speak about something, in the Vedas, they say when a sound happens or when something comes in as a sign, we need to look at it. And dogs are protection, correct? So dogs are barking and saying, no matter what, we're protected, because that's what dogs are. Correct?
Unconditional love dogs. They love you whatever. What
exactly.
doesn't matter what. Yeah.
And also protection.
Exactly.
Oh, Krasi, this was amazing. This is amazing. Thank you for your knowledge.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, I love ancient stuff. I'm not, a new person, like I think I came from ancient times. And I love
both of us, and there are the answers. There are the answers in mythology, in ancient history, in ancient astrology. There are the answers.
I agree with you. Not to say anything about Western, because I learned the Western is like the waves of your life, and then the ancients is the depth of your life. And I love getting into the depth of my life and to the people that we're helping with. The depth is what's gonna really shine, correct? The deep part inside of you.
True.
So on that note, thank you so much.
Thank you. Pleasure.
It was amazing. And I will have all Krasi's information underneath. Thank you for watching, and take care, everyone. I love you, and just many blessings for both of us. Take care, everyone.
All the best. Bye-bye.